What's going on, good people? Come on in, come on in. Get ready to be entertained by the Cowboys. Final verdict with your host, Ronnie Judge. I just wanted to come in this morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning out on the porch. Wanted to get a video out to my fans. We got a lot of developments going on. It's the off season, and my famous saying is there's no off season in NFL. It's always about team building. It's about getting better. But we've had some issues with like the cornerback. We lost Jay Lou. He's going to be a definite hole to fill. He was dominant in the slot. He was an anchor cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys. And Jay Lou, congratulations and thank you for the years of service here at the Dallas Cowboys. The Will Johnson's not working out at pro days. Looks like he's had an issue and doesn't look like he's going to work out until April 14th. And that's not a good look for Will Johnson. So, that's a cornerback with a lot of talent that's probably going to drop some, because people want to know that you're healthy, and so some cornerbacks that probably be present on our radar now would be Parrish out of Kansas State. He's on the radar. He can play inside and out. He would be a definite replacement for Jay Lou. We have linebacker issues with the injury of DeMarvion Overshown. Don't know when he's going to be back. We had a veteran presence with Kendricks, right? Like he's no longer. I don't know if he don't fit in this scheme or what, but we didn't retain him, so we got a big hole to fill. But we signed Dante Fowler, man, and what an amazing sign, man. He was good with the Dallas Cowboys. He was a solid defensive man. Dante Fowler, I've always liked him. I was sad to see him leave. He was 10.5 sacks last year. The big drama with Michael Parsons and Tank, was, he's not going to win a Super Bowl here. Well, no, he's not. He's not a Dallas Cowboy, but if he had 10.5 sacks, I promise you, he would have got re-signed. Dante Fowler coming in with a 10.5 sacks with the Denver Broncos, and we got a steal with Javarius Ward, man. I really believe that he was a steal. I believe him and Dante Fowler and Michael Parsons will be a dynamic force, and I hope they still draft some reassurance in the draft, some developmental guys, some guys coming out, some deep defensive tackle class, right? But we were close on Greenlaw. I really wanted Greenlaw with that veteran presence as a linebacker, but we fell short on that. According to Brian Broaddus, it's like we were close. Well, close is kind of like what the Dallas Cowboys story is. We're close, but we don't sign these guys that are necessary pieces. We're going to be serviceable, right? I just don't want the Dallas Cowboys to be mediocrity, right? I'm tired of mediocrity, right? We got these star players and like Zach Martin, like he went his entire career, man, with a Hall of Fame career. It's not going to get a Super Bowl because we signed these other pieces, that we need to be a dynamic football team. But I'm excited about, the offseason. I'm always get excited about getting better. And I play on my emotions a lot of times. Y'all see it on my channel that, the Dallas Cowboys do something or don't do something. And I have a knee-jerk response and reaction to what they're doing or not doing. And I think they should do this. And what are you doing that for? So some of that stuff, the jury's still out on some of that stuff. More will be revealed. We're not getting any splash players in off season. We're not going to move the needle a bunch, but we're signing some key pieces. Not what I wanted, but I don't know why I expected more. It's the freaking Dallas Cowboys, for crying out loud. I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. I got loyalty to the Dallas Cowboys, and I show it. Here and everywhere, man. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan, and I do my best to give my fans the information they need, right? I don't know why I expect more, but I guess because I'm such a fan, I always want to be better, do better, and I'm the type of fan that every year's our year, right? We're on the 31th annual, this is our year. reunion, right? This is our year to win the Super Bowl because I'm that type of fan that every year I think that we should and could win the Super Bowl. That's just the fan I am. Why be a fan if you don't believe your team's going to be the best on the field, right? Like I go into every game. They don't look like they're going to win. Yeah, it's our day, any given Sunday. So on the Doing All Right with Vosh Lombardi and Brian Broaddus, he gave out some information. He's got contacts with all these teams and talks to all these players and all these coaches, and he's got a lot of connections. I love Brian Broaddus and Vosh Lombardi and Doing All Right podcast. Go check them out. Right, that's an amazing show. I love how they break things down and how they interact with each other. The questions and formats. It's just an amazing show. Doing All Right with Vosh Lombardi and Brian Broaddus, right? And they were talking about the offensive tackle. I don't know if any of y'all know about Josh Simmons, right? Like he's an Ohio State left tackle, and he's dominant, right? He's got a first-round grade on my board. He's dominant in everything he does, but he got injured. Well, he got injured, and Donovan Jackson filled in for him, moved from guard to left tackle, did an amazing job. I like Donovan Jackson too, but Josh Simmons is my tackle one in this draft, and he's absolutely amazing. And he had a patella tendon, and one of the trainers had the update. He said he'd be limited for OTAs, but he would be ready for training camp. Josh Simmons will be physically, medically ready for training camp, and that's huge. Huge, because he's the number one grade. He's the best offensive tackle in this draft. He's probably fallen because of this injury, but the medical update on him is that he would be ready for training camp, and so that's a huge thing for Josh Simmons and for our needs of the Dallas Cowboys. Get ready. I mean, if he's medically cleared, yeah, we all want weapons. I'm one of them. I want weapons at wide receiver 2. I want a running back in the first two rounds. I've said that I'll go nuclear. I'll make Hiroshima look like a firecracker on 4th of July if they don't pick weapons in the first 2 rounds, right? I don't want to see us invest in an offensive tackle, but if Josh Simmons is available, I might get ready to be disappointed, right? Like I don't think I'd be I don't think I'd be that upset about it because he's that good of an offensive tackle, and I think he would upgrade our team immediately. So just be ready for that letdown if you're wanting a weapon, and Dallas Cowboys give you an offensive lineman, man. Josh Simmons is every bit worth a 12th pick in this year's NFL draft. In this draft, Josh Simmons at 12 would be an amazing pick. So, and we also got Devontae Williams at running back. I was like, oh my God, like who are we getting, right? Like, and went back in 2021. He was drafted 35th overall in the 2021 draft. He played for the Denver Broncos last year, and he was good when given the opportunities. Good things happened. He was a physical runner, right? And that's kind of gives us an idea of what this identity of this year's Dallas Cowboys is going to be. They're going to be physical at the point of contact, is what the coaches were saying. This is the type of runner that fits that scheme. He has a good upside. He was misused, I think, a little bit by the Denver Broncos. He didn't use wheel routes. He wasn't used that much, but when he was given the ability, man, he has good, sure hands out of the backfield, and he is like one thing that I really liked about Ezekiel Elliott was like he was a good blocker, right? He was a 3-down back. He didn't have to come off the field because of his blocking. Devontae Williams is that type of running back. He is a solid blocker in the passing scheme, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's just a great pass blocker, right? And so I think some of that is good for the Dallas Cowboys and what they're trying to do and where they're trying to go. And we got linebacker issues with our middle linebacker, right? And DeMarvin Overshown being hurt. We don't know when he's going to be back, and I can't wait until Agent Zero's back on the field. I hope he gets to wear the 0 number, man. I love watching him in college, playing at Texas, right? But We got a linebacker with a veteran presence at linebacker, a green dot, somebody that can call this defense, knows this defense. And we picked up Dante Fowler. I talked about his 10.5 sacks, but at linebacker, we were close to Greenlaw, Devarius Ward. Yeah, didn't think we were going to get him anyway, but I had hopes that we'd go get him. Jack Stainborn from Chicago, we picked him up. He's serviceable, man. He's a good, sure tackler. I like the way he knows and understands this defensive scheme. He's worked for Matt Eberflus in the past with the Chicago Bears. So I think that all in all said, at this point in this off season, I think we're 10 days away from the draft. Get ready for this draft. I think this team has done some work. They filled some holes. I think they really filled the bottom half of the roster. I think they've got some rotational pieces. Not anything that really excites me to say, but they're filling the holes that are necessary to go in this draft and draft like they need to, right? So that this can be a successful draft. I believe that their first 3 picks need to be starters. I believe their first 3 picks need to have instant impact, because that's where this team is at. I don't believe we're too far away from the Philadelphia Eagles, provided these first 3 picks are hits and that they can come in and contribute. But I'm liking where we're going. I think where we're going and what this offseason has given me some hope again, right? Like, they've done some things differently. Last year we didn't do anything in offseason, man. So I'm absolutely I'm in a better place today than I have been, because yes, I wanted them to go out and get splash players. Yes, I want them to kick that can down the road so that we can be instant Super Bowl contenders without even being on the field. But we've got some players that can come in, can play, and I don't know if that make us better, but like, they're all first-round grades when they're coming out of college. So like, they have potential, they have the measurables to be successful. They just weren't successful for where they were at. Does that translate to success in Dallas? No, it does not. But it gives you some hope, right? Like, that you can find that diamond in the rough, that you can find that one player that gets to the right place in the right scheme with the right players around them, and they can excel. And I know Dallas has got a lot of good players in the right spots. And if we can bring this all together with this new coaching staff, we have some hope of being better. This has been the Cowboys Final Verdict with your host, Ronnie Judge.